Hello, all. I'm back. This is 90 days here on the hormone replacement therapy. I have been, this is actually day 92 because I actually refilled the prescription 2 days ago. So these are the results of 90 days on the hormone replacement therapy. So the estradiol and the um, spironolactone androgen blocker. Um, Nothing new. There's not any, like, I haven't had any new changes to report to you. The the changes that I'm experiencing are just more along the lines of the things that I have already discussed with you guys, taking going farther and just growing and changing more. You know, that word makes me laugh now, growing, because immediately I think about boobs. But no, there's a lot of the other, like everything that I have discussed with you guys. All that stuff is just going further and taking root more deeply. So, like the changes in my skin, my hair. Um, let's see. Work has been pretty fun. Work has been pretty enjoyable. Like, I really, it's funny because, you know, you call it work because that's what you have to call it, but really, it is not. Like, I enjoy going to do it. I enjoy, and that is, that's something that I had not experienced for a little while. I have been lucky enough to choose work that I like doing, even when, even for the little stint that I wasn't doing healing and body work, for a while. Like, even during that stint, I ended up choosing something that I did enjoy doing. But I have been out of the feeling of like actually looking forward to going to do my thing that I do for work anyway. It's been a while to, so it's cool to have that feeling back again and to be actually like really enjoying it. Um, what else? There's all kinds of stuff. I feel like there's 1,000 things that happen, and I think, oh, you know what? I want to talk about that, and then once I actually sit down to do the videos, I forget. So, I got a question regarding makeup because, as you've probably noticed by some of the pictures that I've posted lately, I am pretty good at beating my face. I am able to do that. But I don't do that so much for these videos for a very specific reason. It's intentional. That reason being that I would rather have the blank canvas to show you every time that we do it, especially when we do these update videos. There are other videos where I may or may not be wearing some enhancements, but like for these videos, for these update videos, I would rather have the bare canvas so that you get the natural picture of what's happening and the changes that the hormones are having on my body. They're, because I mean, you know, obviously the makeup is going to enhance femininity, and it's going to enhance certain feminine aspects of anyone's face. So I don't want to do that. I want to have it be raw and natural. And yeah, I'll save makeup for like fun videos. For like, maybe I'll do like some tutorials or something. Since, because I also got some inquiry about the some of the colors, specifically the lip color. You guys seem to be really into that. I Yeah, so I'll probably likely do some tutorial videos because I am pretty good at makeup. I'm not a makeup artist by any stretch of the imagination, but I am pretty good at looking at people's features or my features and just playing up things that are gonna that I know are gonna be pretty if they're played up. Also, if you want, I can do some videos regarding like some of the stories. I know like some of the stories or some of the events that I write about and that I have shared on like Facebook and on CurrentGoOcean.com. I can, if you want, I can do like some videos. That way it's more, like I said before, like the writing, it's cool and I know that, I mean, it's there, it's out, and you know you can read it. But I do also understand that many times I would rather just watch a video because it just comes off more sincere. You can actually look in the person's eyes and have them connect with you about what they're talking about and actually just give it to you, like as if you know. And I like this. I really do like this because it is like sitting down and talking to someone. It kind of takes away the, it's weird because it's like this is more pressure, but writing is more work because you have the ability to go back right then and change words and edit and all this stuff. So then you do that, right? And you're doing that over and over, and that just takes more and more time. Whereas this, I have started this over. I have stopped and started this over just because I have a tendency to use the word a lot, and that first one had a bunch of ums in it. So, trying to break myself out of that, especially, but this is new. This is this is a new thing. So, it's going to take some time for me to work myself out of that habit because, again, I'm used to just talking very naturally to other people, and then ums are not a problem. That's all. But I haven't figured out a workable style for my hair on my own. As you can see, like it's always in this ponytail, whether ponytail or a bun, whether it's really high or low or in the middle, whatever. It's some variation on a ponytail or a bun. And let me just tell you, that never is, that's not, okay, ponytails are great, right? But wearing them every day, I really don't think is ever a choice. That is the result. That means I don't know what to do with my hair. That's what that means when people do that. When people wear ponytails all the time. It means I have no idea what to do with my hair. Now, so that's kind of where I am. And so today, actually, though, I have to say, my fro was doing everything. It was doing all the things. Like, I was really into it. I decided to still throw it up in this ponytail though, because the thing is, and this is what I mean when I say style, because when I just leave it hanging, it's not layered or like cut in a way that it falls in a flattering way around my face. So I don't really like it. It's like I love it. I love my hair, but I don't love it down because right now it's not cut. I need to like get style cut into it. So I think what I'm gonna do is get layers cut into it, and that way when it's down, like when I have it loose, then it falls around my face the way it should. Because right now and I think what it is like, if you can see right here, like on the edges, there are these, okay, so you have the baby hair, but then you have these other hairs, like right there, like they're just shorter hairs that like belong to my scalp. Um, but because they're in the front, they kind of, they're densely packed enough that they kind of hold the other hair, the longer hairs, back. So what it is I can never have like a soft, like, falling around my face look, because every time, like, it's just gonna kind of flow back. It's gonna kind of flow back into the sides because of the way it grows, like the way my hair grows. So I think the solution to that is probably to get some layers, but I'm sure that there is somebody or several people who will come across this and watch this who know more than I know. I'm not a hairstylist either. It's just it's just a thought, because I know that I've seen people do that before. Like, they'll like get their hair flat ironed, and then they'll get it trimmed, and then the way that the stylist trims it is in a way that, so when it reverts back to normal, it falls around their face differently. I found these videos like maybe 3 weeks ago. It was really late at night, and I was gonna go to bed, and I got sidetracked by YouTube, which happens to me all the time. Okay, so I got sidetracked by YouTube, and I started watching these videos, and I came across, or maybe it was in my suggestions. I don't really know. Oh wow. Okay, we'll just set that. All right. I don't really know how I found it, but I found these videos of this lady eating all these snacks. Like, it was okay. So I mean, and it was several different kinds. Like, first it was like all this candy, then it was like all these potato chips, all these different. So it's like a variety of potato chips, right? And she just sat there and she just talks to you while she eats these snacks. And you guys, I was watching this stuff, and I I just kind of like lost it. Like, I lost it, and I was like hysterically laughing. And it was like 1:30. I totally should have been asleep. Um, but I'm up, like, laughing at myself hysterically, because I was just like, oh my god, I am so crazy. Like, why is this amusing? Why is this entertaining? Why am I watching this right now? Um, and I still don't have an answer for you, but I'm just gonna say this, okay? It was so satisfying, and I still now feel a little bit odd. I still feel a little bit odd, okay, talking about it. But this is a real thing, okay? This is a real thing. They're called mukbang videos, and they do this, like, I don't know if it originated in Korea, but a lot of the videos that I see are Korean in origin, or made by people in Korea. So the yeah, and it's these shows where people, they eat food, like they just eat the food, and they talk to you about just like their stuff, like whatever. Like, I'm talking to you right now, but I would have like a smorgasbord in front of me, and I'd be eating. So yeah, like, I saw one. Sometimes they make the food. They make it. So the show is them making the food, right? Them eating the food and talking to you while they do both. While they make the food and while they eat the food. I watched this girl make all this Korean barbecue one time. I don't even eat that shit. It was like pork, like, rinds or something. I don't even know. It was like these things that look like rinds. So I don't know if it was pork rind, whatever. But it was these pork things that she was frying. I don't even eat that shit. But it was like so entertaining, and so, I don't know, there's something so calming about it. And I guess because eating is like a very, like, you don't eat. This is my thinking about it. You don't eat unless you feel really comfortable and calm. Think about it. At any time when you feel very uncomfortable, right? You don't feel hungry. You don't feel hungry. So I think that's what it is. I think that watching someone be in that like state of just like comfort and like yum yum time, uh it's satisfying even if you're not partaking in the food. And it's funny because I was looking through the comments just because sometimes when I find things like that, I like to see what like other people are saying about it. And sometimes it is specifically just to see if they feel as crazy as I do right now watching it. But I noticed several different people, on a serious note, I noticed several different people who had expressed eating disorder, like having eating disorders in their past, and how it made food so much so much more comfortable for them. But these people, most of these people were I seem to be talking about anorexia, right? But the thing is, the reason I bring that up, and or the reason I find that interesting is because I have myself sort of struggled with like some, I wouldn't call it, I would call it disordered eating, not an eating disorder, but disordered eating. Um, where, yeah, just unhealthy eating habits and like purposefully not eating, and then like eating all this stuff that's not stuff that you should eat a whole bunch of in one. So essentially like binging mixed with starving. Um and every once in a while some purging. And usually I will be completely honest, I'm going to get a little bit graphic. Usually that only happened as a result of like the binging. Like it was never like I never set out to I never set out thinking, okay, I'm gonna eat all this stuff and I'm gonna throw it up. But I would eat all the stuff and then I would get all the stuff inside and I would feel so horrible. Like I would feel like really fat and bloated and I would feel like really sick and I would feel just like, and also the like the emotional side of it, I would just feel crappy that I had like eaten all that stuff or like lost control like that. Um so then it was more just kind of trying to feel better after having binged that way. That the instances of purging would happen. And with that though, I think that that is partially why like watching someone just kind of like eat food that way in that very like comfort, it I think that it is useful to anyone who may have had like some sort of weird relationship with food at any point in their life, because yeah, it's watching that like comfort with food happen that I think was the satisfying part once I actually analyzed it. But at first I was just like, oh my god, I'm so crazy. Why the hell am I watching this? Why in shit am I watching this person eat all these chips? Oh, another funny thing too. I wanted snacks. And see, that is the problem. Like it was time to go to bed. I was knowing that I wanted to go to bed. I was probably sleepy, but I wanted snacks. And so it's funny how that night, like watching this lady eat these snacks, it was actually quite satisfying, guys. I really didn't want the snacks after, and I was able to go to sleep. So, uh, mukbang videos, I think it's a good thing. in general, I feel fucking awesome. Like, um, I'm really happy with I'm happy with the changes that are happening. And, I feel really, like, good. Like, I just feel, I think I said this early on too, that, like, my brain just feels more right. Um, and yeah, like, I just, that has continued and grown. And it's funny how, because my brain feels more right hormonally, um, everything, the outside environment has responded. So, like, now my whole life feels more right. Like, it fits, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And, like, there's not all this thought of change. Before there was all this thought, I think back to very, like, even like 5 months ago, right? There's all this mental energy directed toward there was all this mental energy directed toward change, and as opposed to now, there's all this mental energy directed toward enjoying the way things are for me now, because they are enjoyable. And it's weird because there are things that have not changed. There are things that have not, they're the same, but it's me. I see them differently now. Some of the things in my life. And that applies to a whole bunch of different things. But it's just, there's something to be said for there's something to be said for the hormone balance in my brain changing, and that therefore making me feel more balanced, and actually even physically creating and nurturing more balance in my body. So there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for the concept of things being destined to happen a certain way based on the things that happen after you start to get the ball rolling on those things.